Stephen Moore. He knows a lot about taxes and spending. He doesn't like either of them. All right, Stephen, $1.5 trillion. Let's suppose that we get that. There's an extra $1.5 trillion worth of spending. Surely that's inflationary, isn't it?
Yeah, Stuart, it seems like week after week, this is deja vu. We try to interpret what Joe Manchin is saying because he is the second most important man in Washington right now behind Joe Biden, because he is that crucial vote that could stop this atrocious $3.5 trillion spending and tax and debt bill. One of the most important things that he said yesterday, in addition to saying he couldn't live with $3.5 trillion, is he asked the question, why are we doing this now? Why are we in such a hurry? Now, that's an important point because the Democrats realize the window is slamming shut on them. Joe Biden has virtually no political capital left after the fiasco of Afghanistan, the fiasco of his vaccine speech the other day. And so the Democrats want to get this thing done as quickly as possible, and as soon as 4 to 6 weeks. Manchin's saying, hello, slow down here. And I think if you're an opponent of this bill, which any investor should be, the Ways and Means Committee put out the report, a leaked report yesterday, just shows that it just clobbers shareholders, by the way. Increases in the corporate rate, increases in the capital gains rate. They want to have a tax on stock buybacks now. So my point is, if this can be slowed down, then I do think that there's a chance that the worst features of the bill can be eliminated.
So what you'd like is then just a slowing down of the pace of this new spending.
Right.
But would you be? Surely you're not happy with any of this grand new spending at all, are you?
It's a rancid bill. There's not a single good feature in this bill. It's a massive income redistribution. As you know, Stuart, I helped with Larry Kudlow. We wrote the Trump tax plan, which created the best economy we've had in 50 years in this country. And this basically reverses almost all of the good that we did with the Trump tax cut. So it's a horrible bill. Right now, it's damage control. You asked me an important question that I never answered. What impact would a $1 or $2 or $3 trillion spending bill have on inflation? And don't forget, this is on top of the $1.9 trillion they spent on the blue state bailout bill back in March. It's on top of the $1 trillion, quote, infrastructure bill, which is a really Green New Deal bill. And a lot of people don't understand this, Stuart. This is also on top of this is all in addition to the normal federal budget, which will come in this year at somewhere between $5.5 and $6 trillion. So, you add it all up, you're talking about $10 trillion of appropriated money in 1 year. Now, that has to accelerate inflation. I'm sorry. If you're going to print all of this money and throw it into the economy this way, yeah, inflation is going to go up as a result of this.
So why is the 10-year Treasury yield at 1.32%? I mean, with this kind of threat of inflation, surely the rate goes up, doesn't it?
You would think so, and I'm puzzled by that. I don't know why anybody would buy a 10 or 30-year Treasury bill right now at these very low interest rates. You're making a bet that inflation is going to be less than 2% for the next 10 or 20 or 30 years. I don't buy that for 1 minute. But I've said this before. I want to say it again. I think Wall Street is making a big bet that Republicans are going to be able to block this. Now, I pray every night that happens, but I wouldn't bet my life on it. These Democrats seem to be hell-bent on getting this thing passed, but don't forget, they cannot afford to lose one single vote in the Senate. They have no margin for error here, Stuart. That's why Joe Manchin is the second most important person in Washington right now.
He is. Stephen, thanks for being here. See you again real soon.